Con, can you tell us where you were born?
Amsterdam, Holland, for easy. Just a little town outside.
Okay, what was your childhood like?
It was really wonderful because I was born in a place with a lot of history and street lined with canals and flowering trees. Really, really happy childhood.
Okay, can you tell us what your fondest memory of your youth might have been?
I have a lot of them, but one that always sticks out was when I was in the Keukenhof, which is a really famous, world famous Dutch garden very close to my hometown. And I was there on a beautiful sunny day, and I saw all these people looking at flowers with their children and their little carriages, and it was just so beautiful to see that. And that's what happened when I came to Canada. I wanted to recreate that kind of a feeling.
Okay, so when did you come to Canada and Edmonton?
In '67.
And what was it about Edmonton that made you decide to stay?
Nothing. I had no idea where I was going. And it was actually the people at the embassy told me that Edmonton had discovered oil. By the time I learned to speak English and got used to the way people do business here, that it would be a good place to go. So I just followed their advice.
Okay, so it's obvious that photography is your passion. Why is that so?
Oh, photography still, after 40 years or more of doing it, is still magic to me. How you can create things with light is just really, really beautiful.
Okay, we have the Edmonton collage in front of you there. What inspired you to create this?
Well, I know that it was just a couple of years ago we had centennial year for Edmonton, like 100 years celebration, and I thought we need to do something commemorative for the city. So I went out and I photographed about 30 some of our hallmark historic buildings and made a collage.
Now I hear recently you had a little bit of experience, I guess you call it that, with this tree here, with this well talked about windstorm in Edmonton a few weeks ago. Can you tell us a little bit about what happened here?
That is unfortunate. I have guarded this tree with my life, as it were, because it is well over a century old. It's a bur oak, and it's one of the oldest in the city. It's like certified arborists that do the whole city told me that there's not another single oak this old. And in the last big windstorm, it split. So I have arborists coming to see if we can save it and we can cinch it back together. And they have different systems where they have put bolts through on the very top, not very visible. And maybe we can save it.
Yeah, if you could just...
This is Cosmos, isn't it gorgeous? It'll bloom all the way till freeze up.
What's it called again, sorry?
Cosmos.
Cosmos. Okay.
And these are daylilies, these orange ones. And of course we have roses and still lots of buds that are going to be blooming.
So, this obviously is, I call it an evolution in terms of time. How many years has it's gone into this?
I've done this garden for well over 30 years. Been open to the public for over 30 years, probably about 35 I've been working on it.
Okay, when you say open to the public, how does the general public come in and see this? Do they need to make an appointment?
This is the first year because of all the vandalism and the problems we've been having with the neighborhood. I closed it to the public now. Okay. We're still open, we still give it for charities, like charities can use this garden at no charge, and people get married in here. And we've been on the Alberta Ballet Home and Garden Tour, and we had Edmonton Composer Society come here to fundraiser. So there's been a lot of really interesting activities happening.
So if any newlyweds wanted to take advantage of this and have their pictures taken there, would they just contact you?
Yes, they can.
Okay, and I've also learned that you have a website.
I do.
Can you tell us a little bit about your website?
It's conboland.com. And it's a large website. It has a special section on the garden, a section on photo restoration, section on photography.
So it has a way in there to contact you, a number and so on and so forth?
Yes, yeah, there's email, phone numbers, it's all in there.
Maybe we can just walk up a little further, yeah? You've got an interesting statue here. Is there any history behind this?
That is a present from my father.
Oh, I see.
He came to Canada one year. He lives in, he lived in Holland, and that was his donation, amongst some other ones in the front.
Con, we have in the background the school. Can you tell us a little bit about your association with the school here in the background?
Wonderful association. That's a really old school. The bricks were donated by the J.B. Little Brickyard way back in history, and with the several principals that have been here over time, we planted a lot of trees here.
So you were involved in the planting of these trees?
Yes, I purchased them, I planted them, staked them, watered them.
Were you commissioned by any municipal authority to do this? Or?
No.
So you just basically...
It was all on my own. They told me they don't have a budget.
So Con, can you give us an idea of the number of trees that you've been involved in planting?
It's about 160 along the boulevards and all the neighbors and the co-op, the tree frog. I planted trees everywhere.
So Con, we're standing in front of what appears to all outward appearance is an unfinished house in the background. Can you tell us your association with this house?
Well, this is my dream home. In 2006, I started planning a home that was totally eco-friendly, and as you can see, it's built with foam, ICF construction, triple glazed windows, solar systems, grey water heat recovery, geothermal wells, 240 feet down, and I thought I'd do something that we all should be building if we can.
18 inches doesn't seem like a lot. Why do you think there's this this nightmare you're having over 18 inches?
Well, there was see, I'm not an experienced builder, and the building ended up a little bit crooked on the lot. It was 18 inches too high, and then we had a lot of neighborhood opposition, especially from, I don't know if we should say that, but especially from people in the Sundance Co-op. They organized petitions, and it had nothing to. It was a political issue.
Political, so you
nothing to do with 18 inches or a dead tree or anything such like that, right?
Okay, so you said you used the word politics or the personal agendas or something.
Yes,
yes,
they have. Yeah. They really control the valley pretty well.
So how does that make you feel about your neighborhood?
I love this neighborhood, but I wish people would be a little kinder and get along more. You know, they'd be warmer too and speak with one another. For example, there are two places just down the street here that are both 3 stories and higher, closer to the property line, everything than my house. So I don't see why they would grant one person one thing and not another. That would be discrimination in my mind.
So hindsight, as they say, being 20/20, if you had your time over, what would you have done differently?
I would have never started this. I would have just done something different. I would not be building a house like this.
So Con, you're building your dream home immediately across the road from your present residence, and I believe you said you were in this area 39 years?
40 years, yeah.
40 years.
39 at that very address.
And so this home that you have behind us is being held up for construction for a little over a year. Do you feel you're being singled out in any way, shape, or form?
Yes, I think so.
So, Con, we're standing about less than a block away from your home in your same neighborhood.
Yeah, same avenue.
Same avenue with houses that are obviously higher than yours. So why do you think there's a disparity between these people being allowed to build higher and you're not allowed to?
Well, this red house, the city planning decided to give it a different zoning when they developed these lots. And this one was given special permission by city council. They're higher, they're closer to the property line, they're way more
When you say special permission, how does one go get special permission? Can you?
Well, they are an organization. It's the Sundance Co-op, and they have a lot of members, and they get lots of subsidies and things.
So, Con, is it fair to say that you spent 40 years of your life trying to fulfill other people's dreams, and you, because of 18 inches, have been denied your dream?
It sort of sounds like that, doesn't it?